Hello again, Kingston Town Administrator Keith Hickey with the latest edition of This Week in Kingston for the week ending May 23rd, 2025. Hope all is well with everybody. Over the past week, we had a Board of Selectmen meeting where we had quite a few things on the agenda we worked through, and just to give you a quick update on what those were. The first thing on the agenda was the reorganization of the Board of Selectmen after the local elections that occurred last Saturday. Carl Pike was elected to the Board of Selectmen. He'll be serving a 3-year term. He's replacing Tyler Bouchard, who is leaving after his term has expired. I want to thank Tyler for all his efforts, work, and support over the last 3 years. Carl's a great addition. Look forward to working with Carl as well. At the board meeting, the board voted to have our chair be Eric Crone, vice chair be Kim Emberg, and the secretary be Missy Bateman. So Eric will remain as chairman for the upcoming year. The board provided 2 proclamations, one to the Public Works or Streets and Parks Department for National Public Works Week, and the second was a proclamation to the Police Department for National Police Week. So we thank both those departments for everything they do. They do a great job in town, and very thankful for the quality of individuals we have working for us. Moving on, our town planner, Valerie Massard, presented the board with 4 grants that we would like to apply for, and would need the Board of Selectmen's a letter of support to submit with those grants. The first is a $775,000 joint application with the town of Duxbury for a MassWorks grant, infrastructure grant application to complete the design work of the exit 20 ramps, and also do the design work for 53 and 3A and Tarkland Road intersection. So we're hopeful to get that grant that would move along the improvements to the exit 20 area on the state's 10-year plan. We also had a $100,000 application with Old Colony Planning to update the town's comprehensive plan, which needs to be done on a regular basis. We have, as some people may be aware, the town has the old former fire station on Maple Street. It's a contaminated site. Because the town owns it, we have the ability to apply for an environmental assessment grant. We don't know what the amount of money is going to be, but we'd like to have the any contamination identified so we can apply for grant money to clean that site up and have it be a clean site. So we applied for that, and we're also going to be applying for a coastal resiliency grant. What that would mean is, or before anyways, it'll be a 2-year design project to redesign the town harbor master area, as well as the town wharf down at the Idina. We've reconstructed the parking lot. We've reconstructed the boat ramp itself. But there's an interest from the waterways group down there that the waterfront committee, excuse me, that there's a need to upgrade and potentially move the harbor master's office because of the tide changes and things of that nature. So we're going to be looking to apply for some funding to identify and design what that would look like if we were fortunate enough to get grant money to do that. The police department is asked to withdraw $18,000 from the opioid settlement money that we receive from the federal government on a quarterly basis. That funding would be for support for the Plymouth County outreach program that the Kingston Police Department relies on to assist in specific calls for service for the police department. Funding for that project is funded primarily throughout different police departments in the county. They had some funding challenges, so they've reached out to the police departments, and a lot of the police departments in Plymouth County are asking to use the opioid funds to assist with the funding for that critical program. The Board of Selectmen did approve that. The fire chief is asking for carry over some additional vacation time, 3 weeks vacation time from fiscal 25 to fiscal 26 for some personal issues that he's going to be dealing with. So the Board of Selectmen approved that. if you recall, at our board meeting 2 weeks ago, the Board of Selectmen discussed whether or not they wanted to bring forward the Public Works Department proposal at a future town meeting. They have indicated at that meeting that they would like to bring that forward. Not sure if it's going to be in the fall or the spring of 2026. But to deal with the staffing issues that we have at streets and parks, with the open position of foreman, um, our interim superintendent of streets, trees, and parks, and I presented to the Board of Selectmen a proposal to allow a temporary foreman to be appointed. Um, and then we expect that temporary foreman to be one of our current equipment operators. So we would then fill that equipment operator position with one of the laborers that we have, and then ultimately fill the laborer position on a temporary basis as well. So the Board of Selectmen did approve the filling of a temporary foreman, a temporary equipment operator, and a seasonal employee, seasonal laborer if we need that, so they can be fully up to staff for a busy construction season this summer. We approved of a victual license for Blended Berries. Blended Berries is coming to Kingston. It's going to be opening in the very near future at 150 Summer Street. So we're excited to have a new business in town. Welcome to Kingston, and it'll be great to have them in town. They've got a great reputation for serving a lot of really healthy items on their menu. Couple of other bonding issues. We had a bond anticipation note, which is a short-term borrowing for the water department project for the new well. $1 million was approved for the new well at the last town meeting. We're looking to they were looking to get temporary funding of $900,000 to get to pay for the costs on a temporary basis. They'll roll those temporary costs into a longer term bond once the project's complete and the well is installed. And then we also had an approval at town meeting to replenish the $400,000 that we have used up already in a previous betterment loan program for septic management loan program, which allows people to come in, apply for a loan to replace their septic system in kind. The $400,000 that we had previously been approved has been used. And it was a request brought forward by the Board of Health to allow an additional $400,000 to be borrowed. That money all gets paid back by the users of that program, not the taxpayers. We then addressed a request from the Agricultural Commission to use the townhouse gazebo behind the townhouse to allow for people who grow produce and have extra produce to drop that off in the gazebo, and people who need produce and would like to have some fresh produce free of charge can go into that gazebo and take the produce that is available to them that they'd like to take. The Board of Selectmen very happily accepted that request. So when the growing season starts, if people want to stop back behind the townhouse at the gazebo when you're either in the building doing some business or happen to be driving by, there was quite a bit of produce back there last year. Please take advantage of that, and thank you for everybody who does grow that and bring the surplus vegetables in for others to enjoy. We approved a one-day liquor license for 42nd Brewing Company. That will be the license will be for a Gears and Beers event at the Jones River Storage parking lot at 26 Wapping Road on June 7th. We set the special town meeting date for the fall for Tuesday evening, October 28th. The only thing that we're aware of at this point that will be on that town meeting is a funding request to replace or repair the Kingston Elementary School roof. I'm sure there'll be other warrant articles that will be discussed and presented and included on the warrant, but at this point, we had to set that date to allow for the school to work with the Mass School Building Association to work through that project and process. Mass School Building did approve funding for the school department of, I think, just over 53% of the cost of the project, and they have some timelines that have to be met. So we've established that timeline for town meeting to allow them to work with MSBA to get that grant program squared away. We accepted a number of different donations for the Council on Aging and the Police Department. The board also approved new temporary summer help for the Recreation Department. The Board of Selectmen also discussed and finalized my annual evaluation for the year. And last week at a special board meeting, the board did approve a new 3-year contract for me. So I want to thank the Board of Selectmen and the residents of the community for their support. Look forward to working with you into the future. There was a request from Troop 49 to fund a scholarship for 2 campusship programs to allow the kids to attend a summer camp through the William H. Willis Charity Fund. Those were approved. The board amended the start date of the new townhouse hours. The townhouse will be closed on Fridays, beginning the week of June 30th. They had approved this program to start July 1st. July 1st is a Tuesday, so we had moved it back to June 30th. So the townhouse hours will be 8 to 5, Monday through Thursday, and open until 6 o'clock on Tuesday nights. We had to reapprove a prior approval that was part of a fall town meeting vote to transfer land from the Silver Lake School Department to the town of Kingston for a stormwater project that we're doing. It was a surplus piece of property from Silver Lake, so Silver Lake was kind enough to give us that piece of property. And then lastly, on every agenda moving forward, there's going to be an agenda item titled the update on the status of establishing a public works department. The board had some conversations. What they've done is they've created and scheduled a public hearing for the June 17th Board of Selectmen meeting, starting at 5:30 in the evening. And what we're asking is anybody who has an opinion, both pro and con, on establishing a public works department, to come to that meeting. We'll share whatever information we have on that proposal. We had that information obviously at town meeting. We'll republish on our website the PowerPoint presentation that was up, and we'll start gathering more information. One of the things that the Board of Selectmen heard at the annual town meeting last month was they wanted more information. They wanted more discussion. So the board certainly heard those concerns. There'll be a public hearing, the first of, I assume, to be at least several public hearings on June 17th. And as I mentioned, love to have people be able to either attend in person, attend remotely, or even if you just have the ability to send in a comment that you'd like read, you can send it to either myself or the Board of Selectmen. All of our emails are on the website. You're more than welcome to send that information, and we'll pass that along to the appropriate parties that didn't get a copy of that. It's an important discussion. It's something the board wants to continue with and to try to satisfy the concerns that were raised by the public that was at town meeting. We'd ask you to participate in that and share your concerns, both pro and con, on that topic. And as I mentioned, you'll probably see that again sometime either in the fall or in the spring. So that again, for everybody who came out to vote on Saturday, only about 500 people. So that wasn't really a great turnout, obviously, but we elected a new Board of Selectmen member. We're working on identifying a write-in candidate that wants to accept the position for the Board of Assessors. The planning board had a 3-way tie, and according to state election laws, none of those individuals were elected. So we'll be scheduling advertising for and scheduling interviews for anybody who's interested in serving on the planning board for the next upcoming year. You'll see some information on our website in the near future once we've identified a schedule. And if you're interested in serving on the planning board for a year, all you need to do is submit a letter of interest. You'll be interviewed by the Board of Selectmen and the planning board at a joint meeting sometime, I hope, in June, if not early July. And the Board of Selectmen will choose the person that they feel has the most capability moving forward until next spring. So with that, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope everybody has a great Memorial Day weekend. Again, if you haven't seen this before, if you're seeing this before Monday, the Memorial Day Parade is on Monday. It starts at the Kingston Elementary School, works its way up down Summer Street, up Main Street. We stop at the different military sites to recognize the military. We end up at the townhouse where there's a brief ceremony in the front of the townhouse, and in the back of the townhouse there is a hamburger and hot dog barbecue that's free to the public. A lot of town employees volunteer their time to come out and cook and work and serve that. So I hope everybody takes the time to come out and thank our military members, both past and current, and enjoy some free food and hopefully a beautiful day. So with that, I want to thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.